I'm just going to show a little chart uh, that I made up, and it shows the comparison of this year's cycle, which is August through October of 2016 and going through 2017. The cycles actually change at the end of the summer before Thanksgiving, and they go through the year. And again, at the end of this August coming up, going through October, and then through 2018, he changes cycles. And the first cycle, which was last year's cycle, he was in what they call the world, the 21 3 cycle, and what this is basically somebody that has to deal with the entire world, everything around them. There's also things that deal with the air, airplanes, missiles, anything like that that has to do with airplanes, missiles, and the world at large. But of course, he would be dealing with them in a different way. Now, last year he was in a cycle where he wouldn't have felt in control at all. I know people think that he felt in control, but he was up all night texting people, and like I said, there was a lot of controversy. Whether he deserved it or not, we won't even go into it, but the question is that it existed. And going into 2018, I'm looking at this little chart of mine that I drew up. He's in a little bit better shape as far as feeling in control. He's going to seem to take more advice from other people, but basically he's the one that's going to be controlling everything, and he's very emotional about it. He's going to be doing a lot of changes around property and businesses and things like that. And also, he's going to be making a lot of decisions, period. He'll be more motivated to action. On the last cycle, he was very nervous over the meetings that he had to deal with as President of the United States. Believe me, he was more nervous than he seemed because, there's so much controversy around him. I'm not saying whether he's good or bad. That history will tell us whether he was good or bad. It's not up to us to judge. We don't even know enough about what really goes on behind the political scenes and the governments and the meetings. We don't really find that nobody really tells us the truth. You don't know what somebody's dealing with. In this cycle coming up, his friends are going to be helping him more with his finances and the world's finances and the United States' finances. He's going to be juggling things more than he ever did, and he'll be a little bit more diplomatic in a sense, and he's going to be less patient with people because his line, what they call the politician's arrow, which is the first line to the left as you look at a chart, has less numbers. In the 2017 cycle, he had all these numbers in the chart, the politician's arrow, but not as many in the 2018 cycle, which starts really at the end of August. And he has as many numbers up on top, which is mental decisions, but kind of sacrificing, in a sense, seeming to be taking more advice, but actually behind the scenes, he's giving the advice. He's going to feel more disconnected in the 2018 cycle. He's not going to feel as connected to other people. In the 2017 cycle, he has much more numbers on his heart line. In other words, he's going to feel like very into himself as far as like the isolated man in a sense, because everything he does really comes back to him, good or bad. So actually, he's going to feel a little bit more lonely and isolated coming up in the 2018 cycle, because that's the way the planets are running right now. It's going to start in August or October, but he'll be making a little bit better decisions, and friends are going to be helping him a little bit more, but there's going to be a little bit more controversy, him juggling things, than it has been in 2017. He actually may not have been feeling that peppy in 2017. He'll feel better in 2018. He's got more numbers on the bottom row. That gives you more durability. So he may not have been feeling that well.